gentlemen, this is Whack News, and today's story is on the transformation of Europe and how it impacts the world.
As you all know, the Renaissance was the transformation of Europe between 1450 and 1750. It brought a new sense of individual worth known as humanism. It brought an interest in classical art reflecting the Greeks, and an interest to use science to explain the world phenomena once explained by the Church's point of view.
Stay tuned for more on events such as the Protestant Reformation, Enlightenment, and exclusive interview with one of the members of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Thank you for joining us, and welcome to an exclusive interview with one of the most famous artists in the Renaissance. So, who were you in the Renaissance?
I am Leonardo da Vinci, a famous painter.
What paintings have you done?
I have done the Last Supper and the Mona Lisa.
The Mona who?
The Mona Lisa?
Oh, the girl who can't smile?
No, the Mona Lisa smiles. You must be talking about the Kristen Stewart.
Well, who hired you?
I am hired by any patron of the arts who wishes to use my services, like Ezio Auditore.
What inspired you?
Humanism ultimately inspired me to do what I do.
And what is humanism?
Humanism is the interest and the capability, the accomplishments of the individuals. Or as I like to say, being radical, cowabunga, dude!
Well, alright folks, that's all the time we have for this segment. Now back to Eddie and Laura.
Welcome back to Whack News, where I have a story on Enlightenment. Enlightenment uses rational thought to create many of the governments we see today. Early philosophers like John Locke wanted to inspire the founding fathers of America to create their Declaration of Independence, and the French with their Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen, and also inspired many other revolutions. Going off of that, here's Laura with the Scientific Revolution.
The scientific revolution also relied on human reason rather than religious thoughts to explain unknown phenomena. Early scientists such as Kepler, Copernicus, Galileo, and Newton inspired many new scientists and inventors to create things such as my sexy phone, #Team Android, the Nintendo 64 console, cameras, and instruments such as the harmonica. Now back to you, Eddie.
As well as Enlightenment, also have constitutionalism, which originated in Great Britain and the Netherlands, and it all started whenever the monarchy agreed to share their rule with a parliament. In Great Britain, Henry VIII enforced this, as well as Queen Elizabeth I, and in the Netherlands, the ruling pair of William and Mary used this constitutionalism. We'll be back shortly after this interview with King Louis XIV.
Now today, we have an exclusive interview with the King of France. Now tell me, which king are you again?
I'm King Louis XIV.
Alright. Sorry, Your Highness. So, what are your thoughts about the Protestant Reformation?
The Protestant Reformation is for petty fools, especially that German philosopher Martin Luther, who in his 95 Theses criticized the Catholic Church for its selling of indulgences.
I see. Now, would you say you are an absolute monarch?
Yes, but I wouldn't necessarily call it that.
What
I would simply say you do as I tell you to do.
Well, I see. Now, what do you think about constitutionalism?
Constitutionalism. It's more as constitutionalism. Sharing power with the parliament. It's as foolish as giving people rights. I mean, who thinks of that? I'm the king. You do as I say.
I know. People should always listen to the king. Now, before I leave, I will present you with this magnificent sword as a gift. And that is all the time we have today. And back to you, Laura.
Is this Kool-Aid? I'm
No.
the king! Like,
No, it's the blood. It's the blood of your enemies.
I'm good with that.
Oh, thank you for that interview, Paul. Now here's Laura with capitalism.
Capitalism is an economic system based on the private ownership and business that produces goods to be sold and bought in the free market. Later explained in Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations. Now say, Eddie, what is that lovely contraption you have there?
Well, this is a typewriter, which is actually a later generation of Gutenberg's movable printing press. which
Okay.
actually helped kickstart the Protestant Reformation since it printed Bibles faster than ever before, and it also gave people access to Renaissance ideas.
Say, with faster printing process, we have now classic books such as The Diary of the Wimpy Kid, The Wealth of Nations, The Great Gatsby, Mr. Klaus's Whap book, and 50 Shades of Grey. Now say, with the scientific revolution, we went from the printing press to the laptops, as well as creating the Mercator map projection, which was the first map to correctly display latitude and longitude lines, as well as the entire planet. Now, Eddie, I believe that's a wrap.
Yeah, I do not
Yeah.
believe that's a wrap. That's all we have to say now.
Of like Laura and Eddie signing off on Whackin'.
Yay.
I know.
Oh, finally.
Eddie, what does a baby computer say to its father?
What?
Dada. No, go on, Eddie. This is why you get paid double what you get paid.
You don't get paid.
What?
What?
This isn't a real newscast. You don't get paid.
What is
Oh, why? Why?
Right? Man, this is my jam. Wait, what is this? Are we seriously that low budget that we don't have real coffee? Like, what is this? Is it paper?